Going out trout fishing tonight because Brody asked me to do a thing on filming, and look at these that I got. I got some nice ones. Well, Austin was with me, so he got a couple smaller ones, but I got these three nice ones here. Well, the smallest one is that's 13, that's 15, and that's 16 and a half. So the way that I clean trout is I go in through the anus and I make a slit up like this, all the way through the gills like that, and then open it up and then take out whatever's inside here. And I usually, when I do that, I rip off these front fins because it's just bones anyways there, and it's easier to get the gills out. So I do that to both sides like that, and then that leaves you with the gills attached to the tongue like that. So I'll just pull that off, and the tongue comes out, and then that's the guts there. Then what you're left with is this right here, which is its kidney. And so what I'll do with that is, you can take a spoon, some people take a spoon, but I just use my thumbnail, and I'll go across that, and there's a membrane that you got to get with that out too, and then I'll rinse it out really good. I'll rinse it and show you. So there you can see it now, it's how clean it is inside there to cook. And then I'll show you how to cook. Some people will take the scales off because then you can eat them with, and that's pretty easy. You can do that with a hose, or those scales come off on a trout really easy. Then you can eat the skin. That's up to you if that's what you want to do. Just take your fingernails and the scales are off on that side. You can see how the scales are off on that side compared to that side. Well, they're mostly off. Even on that side, there's a few spots up there left on like that. So your choice. You can cut the head off. I like to cook them with the head on for two reasons. One, ambiance, and two is, especially on these bigger ones, their cheek meat is like scallops. It's a little bit firmer and really good eating. All right, to cook the delicious brown trout on the grill, it's really simple. They have a lot of good flavor. You might as well enjoy it. So you need some aluminum foil, some sort of a seasoning, and we like to use Starla seasonings, citrus and dill, and we always like to do this with fish. A little bit of lemon juice, butter, quarter stick of butter, and you could use wine, beer. Don't have to use any of those 7-Up. That's just so that the fish doesn't burn. All right, so this is the trout that I caught last night. You put it on a big sheet of aluminum foil like this, and then you are going to create a boat for it. All right, so you can see I created the boat, and that's as simple as just creating a little boat for it so that you can put the ingredients in there. It's important to have, see, I got this wood paddle here that I use for this, and if you don't do that, when you pick this up with all the liquids in there, you might have problems. So I am going to put the ingredients on, and there's no measurable amount because each fish is a different size, so you just kind of go with the flow of that. So I'm going to put a little lemon juice on. Just cover the bottom. A little bit of wine. This is a Moscato. It's a sweet wine, not a dry wine. And then I'm going to cut the butter up in little pieces and put that on there, and then I'll put the citrus and dill on there in the seasoning and show you that. All right, so there you can see the butter on there and the seasoning. And if I tilt that, you can see the liquid, so you know how much liquid kind of is in there. It's kind of just going to simmer in there and cook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this because then that flavor is going to get trapped from the seasoning in there. And when I'm done with it, we'll take it off the bone and put it on the grill. I have the grill set on high, and I'm going to keep it in there for about 20 minutes and check to see that it's flaked, and we'll show you then. So I got a nice hot grill going here. You could do this in the oven if you wanted to. Put it at like 375, 385. And here's another nice thing about this wood panel. So you just put it on like that. I'm gonna turn the grill down a little bit. Just let her eat. All right, let's check the grill here. Woo-wee. That smells good. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let's check these little guys here. These are the little ones that Austin caught. There's one of the ways you can tell they're getting done is you look at their eyeballs, okay? And then you go through here, and if it flakes like that, they're done, okay? So these little guys are done for sure. Let's check these hoggers out. Nice thing about aluminum foil is that you can touch it. You gotta be careful of the steam coming out of there. Oh, does that smell good? Look at that, she's boiling. Oh, come right off the bone. These bad boys are done. It's time to eat some vittles. Come and get it, son! Lunch is ready! Yoo-hoo! Oh, I like that echo. Come and get it! Lunch is ready! Woo! All right, now you got this glorious trout sitting out here. You got a couple of choices. You can just throw the whole thing on your plate, but that's not what I like to do. You could eat the skin, like I said before, or you just take your fork and you slowly peel the skin back, and you should be able to use the side of the fork and peel that back. Don't forget this right here. That is, whoops, don't forget this right here. Ooh, that's the coup de grace, they say. You could eat that too, right there. Brody Wallen should try that. I heard that it's good for you when you're a young teenager. And you peel this back. Start taking the meat off the bone. Now on a bigger fish like this here, there will be some bones. Tail is my favorite part because there's no bones there. You got to remember there's a rib cage. So I always like to go along the bone right here and separate that. But there will be some pin bones in here on these bigger fish. A bigger fish like this, and you separate that, and then that'll come right off. In fact, you can see some of those pin bones because this is so done. You put that on the plate. And then to get the meat off the ribs, you go up underneath here like this, and you slowly just pull up on it. You might want to use your fingers too, you could do that. And you slowly peel up on that. And that should come right off the ribs. You may need to use your finger. Come right off the ribs. And maybe a little messy there. Get that all off. Now you got the meat all off of one side of the fish, right? Let's go. Okay, and then you can grab the head. Ooh, that's hot. Well, or you can just go underneath the bone like this here, by the tail, and lift up, and it should separate. That might not be as hot. Most of that should come off. See, I got most of it off. I just got to peel a little bit more of it off, but that's all good meat. You just got to separate it from the skin, and I'm ready to eat it. So there it is, boned. There's all the meat. I can go sit at the table. There's a little bit of skin there left. I'll probably eat it. So the question is why would you do that instead of fillet it? And the reason is because this right here has a ton of flavor. And people used to eat bluegills this way and eat a lot of fish this way, but you could fillet these. The smaller ones I wouldn't, because then it's even less meat. But I don't fillet them because the bones have a ton of flavor. And any good chef knows that. And very few common people know that the bones contain a lot of flavor and put a lot of flavor in the meat. So I'm gonna go eat my trout and probably go out fishing again soon. Grown up while.